preparations for Energy Month, and we have a host of activities that will allow for many persons in the public to be involved in Energy Month. And so on Sunday, firstly, we opened the month with a church service at the Calvary Baptist Church in Sandy Point. We were joined by the Minister of Public Utilities and Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Sean K. Richards. He is the minister responsible for that ministry. After the church service this week, as a matter of fact, today, we are having a panel discussion later this evening on ZIZ television. Now, just before we speak a bit more about the activities for Energy Month, I'm not sure how familiar the public is with what Energy Month is. So I'm going to give Ivan the opportunity to explain what Energy Month is and why the Energy Unit is organizing these activities this month.
Well, Energy Month is an activity celebrated every year in the month of November. It's a Caricom activity, and it has the sole purpose of promoting energy. It has the purpose of promoting the good, responsible use of energy, and also the acquiring this energy from healthy and sustainable sources. You might ask what's healthy and sustainable sources? For example, renewable energy, energy from the sun, energy from wind, energy from geothermal. As these sources of energy are healthier for us, because I don't know if most of you know, but most of the world we rely on fossil fuels for energy. Mm-hmm. And fossil fuels have to go through a process of turning chemical energy to electrical energy. And during this process, certain substances are released that cause unnatural heating of the earth, and it also has an effect that increases lung diseases. So we try to decrease the use of fossil fuels as much as possible.
And by decreasing this use of fossil fuels, we're actually helping the world, especially in the fight against climate change.
Yeah, we're helping the world, we're protecting the world, right, as we know it. I wouldn't say we're helping the world. We're helping the inhabitants of the world. Because regardless of climate change, the world can always be there. It's the people on Earth that are going to have to adjust. And it might reach a point that we can't adjust anymore and we might go extinct. So I wouldn't say we're helping the world, we're helping ourselves.
Okay, so we're helping ourselves and we're helping the future, our children and all of the persons
Plants,
that we're
animals.
going to, the entire ecosystem. Wonderful. And so what exactly is it that we're promoting for this year's Energy Month? I know that there is a particular theme that was issued by Caricom, and the theme is a resilient community, energy at the center. What does that really mean for the average person listening?
Well, resilience, you know what is resilience? We're in an area that we suffer from a lot of hurricanes and different natural disasters. So we're promoting an energy, let's call it ecosystem, that are able to resist these things. Whether it's placing power lines underground instead of overhead, and etc. Okay.
And so I'm seeing as well that the Energy Month, the Caricom Energy Month, it started out as an Energy Week in 2011.
That's correct.
And now here we are 9 years later with a full-blown month. And very interestingly, it's being celebrated in most, if not all, of the Caribbean territories. I know I saw in the USVI, they are celebrating there. In Montserrat, we saw recently that they are having activities, some of which are quite similar to ours, which was very interesting because we didn't have any conversations with anyone about our activities, but some of the activities are quite similar to ours. We did have one competition before that has ended, which is the T-shirt design competition, and we were able to select 3 of the top designs, and overall 1 design will be placed on our T-shirts. I'm not sure if those winners were announced as yet,
I think they were.
They were, okay. So those winners were announced in the minister's speech.
Yeah.
And I think that winner, that student is from Nevis. Am I correct? Okay, you might not recall. Okay, so that student might be from Nevis. We are doing this radio show this morning as a form of promotion for the month of activities. Later this evening, 8 p.m. on ZIZ Television, Facebook, social media channels, etc., there will be a panel discussion which will feature different sectors of the country, rather, that are involved in whether it is energy production or energy conservation. So we will have representatives from SKELEC, the nation's leading utility company, and from the Ministry of Environment. We should have a representative from CFBC, the ECCB, as they do have a solar farm there, a representative from the Nevis Wind Farm, as well as a representative from the Chamber of Industry and Commerce. And this panel will be moderated by Mr. Michael Blake, and some encouraging persons in the general public to tune in to this panel discussion. The next big event after this evening is one that I think that the public is anticipating highly. They might not show what it is, but it's something that they're going to enjoy. Yvonne, you want to tell them what the next big event is?
Next big event we'll be having on Saturday, which is the Bulb and Bar Hop.
Bulb and Bar Hop. Now, Ivan, you're actually at the ministry, and I know you know that there is a great demand for these energy-efficient bulbs. So we decided we're going to bring the bulbs to you. So we're going to be driving through the entire island on Saturday, distributing the energy-efficient bulbs. A lot of people are meeting me and asking me about these bulbs. I don't know how I end up in this bulb conversation, Ivan, because SKELEC does not distribute bulbs. But people are asking me about these bulbs. And what I can say to you is that we will be going to the island on Saturday from 9 a.m. We start at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, right there next to the airport, and we head up to Monkey Hill. We're starting at 9 a.m. Then when we leave Monkey Hill, we're coming down on the bypass road and we're heading to the western side of the island. Right. So you might ask, how do you get a bulb? Even you've been on these bulb and bar hops before. How does it work?
Well, this is the first year it's called a bulb and bar hop. Last year...
We're creative.
Yeah, we're trying to mix it up a little bit. Last year was a motorcade. So basically, we fill out a few trucks of bulbs and we just go on the island. And everybody who we see, we toss a few bulbs to them. We toss a box of bulbs. We do this, we do that. We go to the different bars and hand them a box of bulbs to distribute to people who might come by the bars during the day. And that's how it goes. From last year's estimate, we probably ran through about a 40-foot container of bulbs. So
wow.
We're trying to maintain that level right now.
Very good. So for persons who are interested in receiving these energy-efficient bulbs, please meet us on the side of the road. You can flag down the infocade. We also have some partners. SKELEC will be there as well. And the Ministry of Tourism should be joining us as well, as it's Tourism Awareness Month. So we're giving out these energy bulbs, and there will be other opportunities throughout the month where you will be able to receive these energy bulbs, and I'll tell you more about them shortly. When we wrap up the Bulb and Bar Hop on the 10th of November, we're having an energized soca-size session at Flow Grounds. There isn't a time on the poster, but I believe it begins at about 5 p.m. So please, I know there's a crave right now for staying fit and energized and exercising. So we're really encouraging persons to come out to the energized and soca-size session on November 10th at Flow Grounds. And then we should be having a radio calling program on November 14th, right here at ZIZ again. And on the 17th, we're taking some students up to the ECCB solar farm so that they can get an idea, they can see exactly how solar energy is produced. So we're really trying to open our students' minds to different ways of doing things. Try to get
some of those students to take that path into renewable energy.
Yes, take that path into renewable energy. Anything STEM and STEAM related, we're encouraging that, and we can cushion them here and there in different ministries. On the 20th, which is the other really large event that we're having, is our Energy and Health Fair That is going to be held at the Treasury Apron, and it begins at 9 a.m. We will have about 10 organizations participating in the Energy and Health Fair, one of which is SKELEC. And we're also going to be having, I think, Quartz and Sol and Delta and SL, I'm not sure if SL Hospitals. Several of these companies will be participating. So we're encouraging you to come out to support this Energy and Health Fair. Come and look at the booths. And the other big highlight is that we're going to be giving out
bulbs again.
More bulbs. Bulbs and bulbs and bulbs. More bulbs again on the 20th.
So if your house lacking any bulbs, please show up.
People are asking for cases of bulbs. And I'm wondering, why do you need a case of bulbs? But you know what? I'm not just going to leave that out.
No question.
I'm not going to question it. So on the 20th, that's a really big event that we really want the public to come out to, because we don't just want to have the bulbs being distributed, but we want persons to learn more about energy in St. Kitts and Nevis and energy efficient products and energy efficient activities and projects that the government might be involved in, that SKELEC is involved in, that the ministry is involved in. So it's very important for that public awareness campaign for us as an organizing committee. On the 24th, we're having another energized session, but that is going to be a yoga session at Flow Grounds. So we're doing the soca size on the 10th that we want you to come out to. And then we're going to be doing the yoga session on the 24th that we're asking members of the public to participate in. And then on the 27th, the final public event that we'll be having is a farm tour in Nevis by the Nevis Wind Farm. Have you ever been to the Nevis Wind Farm, Ivan?
No,
so you're excited to go out?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are taking some students up to the Nevis Wind Farm on the 27th of November, and some of the organizers will be joining them as well. So I think we touched almost everything energy related in the month, right? There isn't anything else that we could have done, right?
Well, if there are, we're not aware. I wasn't aware of at the moment, so forgive us. We try to improve every year, so.
Wonderful. And what you can do, if you have any suggestions for anything else that can be done, you can reach out to the ministry, right up there by the Airport Ministry of Public Infrastructure et al. And also myself at SKELEC. You can log on to our Facebook pages, Ministry of Public Infrastructure and St. Kitts Electricity Company SKELEC. You can find out more about these events there. We also have an essay competition that is ongoing for students 15 to 17 years old. That essay competition is ongoing, and we're encouraging students to participate in that competition. The top prize is a tablet valued at $750. So I know that students are becoming a lot more technologically inclined, and I really want to encourage students to submit an essay. Write an essay and submit it for the competition, and you can be the lucky winner of a tablet. So we did have the art competition, which was for our primary school students, and the essay competition is for our high school students. So please, as much as is reasonably possible, have your children, once they're between the ages of 15 to 17, participate in the essay competition. Ivan, what are some of your final parting words as we get ready to wrap up the program that you would like to share?
Well, like I mentioned before, be responsible with energy. In our world right now, we are at the point that development is everything. And without energy, development won't be possible. So we need to be aware of that. We reached the point that energy has become comparable with food, because we can't do anything without energy. So use it wisely, and be aware that we're trying to promote Energy Month and renewable energy, and we feel I'm trying to get some of your young children to get involved into the renewable energy sector, because it's a large sector and it has a lot of potential. So think about it carefully, and that should be one of your career paths.
Thank you so much, Ivan. And I know there are persons, I'm just going to say this, It will be virtually impossible to get to every community on Saturday. Virtually impossible. And what I'm told is that sometimes we run out of bulbs and we have to come back into town and pick up bulbs and then
doing that.
join. That will be happening because we go through a lot of bulbs. So if you don't get to meet us on the side of the road, please come down to the fair and please be very orderly about the collection of these bulbs. Okay? I was trying to pull up the schedule for this week, but we do have some outages from SKELEC's side. But as I have been encouraging, please tune in to log on to our Facebook page and call 465-2000 so that you will be able to know what the outages are for that day. We're doing some maintenance work. Some communities will be affected. I know it's very difficult because there are challenges and there's some interruption with water supply as well, and then you have challenges with road work. So just be patient. It's a small inconvenience for a very, very large convenience. So just be really patient, stay up to date, log on to the Facebook pages, listen to ZIZ, all of the notices come here. And as I wrap up this morning show, I really want to encourage you to participate in these Energy Month activities. A resilient community with energy at the center. I got it right. Wonderful. Sure. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back here again later this month. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.